Yo guys, guess what I have right here? This is Fragrance One Office for Men. We're gonna unbox it today. I'm gonna wear it for the first time, but not in my house. We're not gonna do it at the studio because I have to get to work. It's getting really hot here in Vegas. I think it's already like 100 degrees, and it's only May. You know what I mean? It's not even mid-May, just beginning of May. So let's open this box. Here it is. Fragrance One Office for Men. I'm not gonna talk too much about the presentation of this thing because it's not even like the real presentation. This is the pre-order presentation, which we already know it doesn't really look all that pretty, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the juice. There's the juice right there. Spray one on the hand. There you go, so I can test it out throughout the day. So right off the initial blast, I smell the bergamot right away. The bergamot is like, bam, it is there. There's a creamy type of bergamot as well. It's not just fresh and airy bergamot. It has some really nice thickness to the smell. But yeah, it smells quite nice. But right now, all I get really is the bergamot, some ambroxan in the back. I think the ambroxan is what's giving it that kind of like that power. So it's not just your regular run-of-the-mill bergamot scent that you're used to with a lot of other fragrances. This one is a very nice, thick, like almost a juicy type bergamot. It's nice. Opening so far, nothing to complain. And yeah, with that said, I'll update you guys throughout the day. If I can, I'll update you guys at the end of the day. See ya. Alongside the bergamot, you do get a really like heavy presence of pepper. I forgot to say that for some reason now. I'm just in a hurry to work, guys. I'm driving, as you can see at the moment. Don't worry, I'm safe because there's a lot of traffic right now, and I'm basically crawling. If you can say I'm crawling, because there's just so much traffic at the moment. But yeah, alongside the bergamot and the ambroxan, you do get like a peppery vibe. It's becoming stronger and stronger the more I smell it. I think the bergamot is really strong in the initial blast, like the first 1 or 2 minutes, but after it opens up a little bit, you can start to see that the star of the opening is bergamot and pepper, not just the bergamot alone. So the pepper really plays a big part in the opening, which is nice. I feel like it is a nice fragrance so far. Very mass appealing, is all I can say. Very mass appealing.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Yo, I am home from work now. It was a really long day. Sorry I couldn't update you guys at all throughout the day today because I was busy right when I walked in the door to the time I left and came home. I was also very sweaty and sticky. Oh, it was just a really rough and long day. So I took a shower, changed into my film gear, and this is this jean jacket that you guys all like right here. This is gonna be the film gear from now on, alongside the sweater, the black sweater. I really like that one. I'm trying to keep my film outfit simple so that I can just jump on and film a video right away without having to think of what to wear on video, because that just takes up way too much time. So to continue this video, we're gonna talk about, again, Fragrance One Office for Men by Jeremy Fragrance. This is a first impression, or a first wearing, if you will. So this is my first actual day wearing this fragrance out. In Milan, I have tested out this fragrance before, but it was on hand, so I didn't actually get to wear this one out. So this is my first wearing of this fragrance, and here are my thoughts on it. So Fragrance One Office for Men, I didn't really pay much attention to the smell, like I said, because I was really busy throughout the day. But what I'm getting right now actually is still on my skin. This has been 11 hours later, it's still on my skin. So speaking of longevity and performance really quickly, it is really good. In Milan as well, it lasted over 12 hours. I had to take a shower to take it out because it would have lasted, I think, 13-14 hours, or maybe even pushing 15 hours. So performance-wise, for those beast mode lovers, you guys would not be disappointed whatsoever. So performance, again, is A+. Scent-wise, it is a very mass-appealing scent. From what I can grab throughout the day, it's just a very nice, mass-appealing, masculine scent. To really describe the smell of this fragrance, I would say that as an office scent, it is a very perfect office scent. It's mass-appealing, it's masculine, it's long-lasting. So as an office scent, it is perfect. It's also very professional and clean smelling as well. I'm gonna add that in here. It's a very perfect office scent. So for what it is marketed for, it is perfect. I have really nothing bad to say in that regard. But to describe the smell in detail, I would say that it borrows ideas from a lot of different mass appealing fragrances out there. Like it borrows the note of ambroxan, iris, bergamot. All these very mass appealing notes are punched into one fragrance. Musk, woody notes, everything is punched into this one fragrance. So when you smell this, you're gonna smell some familiarities with some brands out there that you have smelled before, but it's not like you can pick out any one fragrance in particular. So I would describe this fragrance more like a Frankenstein. If you know Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein built Frankenstein out of like bits and pieces of other things. I forgot the real story, but it takes inspiration from so many different pieces that you really can't tell what piece it took inspiration from, but it's now kind of its own thing. It just takes all the mass appealing elements out of majority of fragrances that you smelled before and just kind of punch it into one fragrance and made it the Frankenstein of all mass appealing fragrance that you smelled on the market right now, which means that it does smell really, really great. Mass appealing wise, it is top notch. There's not much to say about that. It is kind of a given. Jeremy Fragrance would not release something that's not mass appealing. That's just not his type of fragrance at all. For him, it needs to be mass appealing, long lasting, and very practical and wearable. And this is exactly that. So if you're looking for all those three categories to be checked out, this one checked all three of those marks. So next thing we're gonna talk about, since we're gonna talk about mass appealingness and longevity, is the occasion. Now the occasion for this one, although it's marketed as an office fragrance, you can wear this absolutely anytime. So if you need something that is very mass appealing and versatile, you can use in any situation at all, this also works just as well. So it's a really nice one fragrance fits all kind of thing. And it works really well in majority of situations, whether that being date, office, or parties, or anything at all, because it has the longevity to last any given situation, and it's fresh enough to be used in the hot weather while still having enough depth to work in the fall and winter. So it works every occasion whatsoever. It's not just for the office, and the performance and the mass appealing factor of this fragrance will help you dominate any situation. So there's no situation at all where you can't wear Fragrance One Office for Men. Next, we're going to talk about the price tag, and the price tag for this one have gone up to, I think, $191 or $197 last I checked. So let's just round it up to around $200 because it's like a $2-3 away from $200 anyway. So let's just say it is $200 for 100 ml of Fragrance One Office for Men. With that kind of price tag, wholeheartedly, I can't recommend this fragrance for that price tag, because any fragrance at the $200 mark is very, very tough, especially in the practical category. Now, if you're looking for a niche fragrance, if you're looking for a very mass appealing niche fragrance, if you're looking to buy niche, like you already own Creed, you already own Tom Ford, you already own Bond No. 9, you already own all these niche brands, and you're used to paying $150 or $200 plus per fragrance. For you guys out there, $190 or $200 for 100 ml, I would say it's a good deal. So I guess it depends on who you are at the end of the day. If you're used to paying that much for a fragrance and you're looking for something more luxurious than just regular designer fragrance out there, then for 100 ml, 190 and 200 is a good deal, because that runs in the same line as Pacific Rock Moss, which is one of my favorite fragrances ever, and it's also half the price of Creed. So Creeds are like $400 something each, and people still buy that. So this is half the price of Creed. So for all you niche buyers out there, the price is good. Now for you designer buyers out there, for you designers or your bargain bins or your practical buyers out there, this is not great at all, because if you're buying Sauvage, if you're buying Bleu de Chanel, if you're buying any of these fragrances at discounted price, you're used to paying $40, $50 for fragrances that last a long time, that works in every situation, just like Office for Men, then to me, it's just not a good deal, because there's a bunch of other fragrances out there that works just as well in the office or work just as well year-round in the performance and mass appealing section as Fragrance One Office for Men. So for you designer fragrance buyers out there, you want to spend less than $100 on a fragrance for something that's very practical, I would say that this is not worth your money, because $200 you can buy 3 or 4 of those fragrances that you like. So for your level of hobby, which is mainly designers, I would say this is not a fragrance that is the most practical for you. But for those of you who already buy niche fragrances, $190 and $200 for a higher quality fragrance is really, really not a bad deal. And I say higher quality because it is higher quality. When you smell this fragrance, you notice right away that the ingredients is slightly better than majority of designer fragrances out there. You smell it and it doesn't smell scratchy, it doesn't smell chemically, it doesn't smell like it's just been thrown together overnight. This has time put into it. It smells more refined. It smells like, I would say, in the territory of exclusive designers. So think of the Dior Privé, think of the Les Exclusives de Chanel, those kinds of line. This one will fit right in with those kind of exclusives. So it's a little bit more high end than your regular designer fragrances out there. But of course, again, it does come with that higher end price tag as well. So keep that in mind. So it really depends on what kind of buyer you are. If you want to buy a mass appealing fragrance that's a little bit more high quality than what you're used to, 190 bucks, 200 bucks, not a bad deal. But again, if you're a designer buyer and all you care about is performance, mass appealingness, and versatility, there's plenty of fragrance in that same category at less than half the price. You can find a lot of those fragrances at $40, $50, $60. So again, if you're a designer buyer, this is not a must-have. A lot of fragrances that you own or a lot of fragrances that you've heard of before will do just about the same job for, again, half the price or a third of the price. For niche buyers, this is a really nice fragrance that not a lot of people are gonna have. Just because 5,000 bottles sold on Kickstarter doesn't mean everyone in the world has it, okay? Acqua di Gio has been sold into millions of bottles. I believe that's a very popular fragrance. And a lot of other fragrances have sold way more than 5,000 bottles, especially some that you guys already probably own already. I don't know how much Aventus have sold, but definitely more than 5,000. So if you're still wearing Aventus, this one is not gonna be anything that a lot of people own at all. So 5,000 is nothing, all right? So this one is a really nice fragrance, and it's one that I'm gonna be wearing for the next few days, and I'll come back to give you guys my full thoughts, and hopefully with some reaction from some of my coworkers as well. I'll try to see if I can film some of my coworkers smelling these things, and I'll get back to you guys with my full thoughts on a later date. But with that being said, that's all I have to say about Fragrance One Offers for Men right now. I'm sorry, it didn't really feel like a first impression. It kind of felt like a review already, but I'll come back with a better review within a week or two, all right? And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys, and bye.